Hey, hey, hey! How's everybody doing? It's Monday night. Another episode of Merlo's Moving Massacre, number 31, coming at you tonight there, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Another wonderful, wonderful day. I wasn't originally planning on doing a show tonight, but I was just able to sneak this one in. So let's see who we've got already in the chat. We've got Christian Spencer. Hey, Christian. Yo, what up? Bill Lambert, hola. Lisa Perez. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. John from Doomsday Kingdom Army, thank you for tuning in as well. Stephanie Diaz, made it. Yes, you did. Right on time. Right on time. It'll be fun. I don't know how long we'll go on tonight because there's not. I'm not really doing any major themes or anything. Just kind of going over some stuff with you guys. Doomsday Kingdom Army got some cool things to talk to you about on Facebook. About I think you'd be interested in. Be awesome for a Sawyer Massacre. Ooh, I like any opportunities for the Sawyer Massacre. I'm so down. Yes, I know. Christian Spencer, you shaved. I'm unrecognizable now, aren't I? I know. I had to do it. I was letting that was my playoff beard, and I couldn't shave it until the Sawyer Massacre won the Stanley Cup. And that's how you know I'm Canadian, right? Yes, I'm all shaved up, ready for summer. Don't expect to see the beard is really a winter thing. I actually kept it a little longer than I normally do. But I was like, let's let some superstition get in here and add it. There you go. Who is this beardless guy? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Does it make me look any younger though? Can you tell that I'm only 23? Kenesha Bradley is in the chat. Hey, how are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Chloe Morris. Hi. Took a chance to get on. My internet connection is behaving nicely. Oh, well, there you go. Thank you, Chloe Morris. Is this the same Chloe from Gore Girls? I'm not sure because I don't know your I know your name is Chloe. If it is Gore Girls, let me know because I actually don't. I've just known you as Chloe. Chloe, if it's the same person, maybe it's not. I have no idea. No idea what to expect. 21. I look 21 now, and I do, don't I? And I feel 21. Well, thank you guys all for joining in the chat. Please do remember to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't yet. Most of you, I know you've already subscribed to my channel, but just gotta hit that friendly reminder. And again, hitting the like button is important too, or the dislike button. I'm not sure if we have any trolls tonight, but you never know. We do get them from once in a while, so I'll encourage those trolls to hit that dislike button because that's good too. It helps the algorithm. Anyways, I'll start with my usual shout-outs. If you have tuned in before, you know who these people are. But if you're new here, you might not know who these people are. And so we'll take you through Breathless Beauties. This is Michelle Apollonia from Breathless Beauties. You can find her on Instagram and Facebook. Her links are in the description. She does all these awesome horror-themed dolls. Amazing work. I love what she does. She's my favorite for horror-themed dolls. I'm sure there's others out there, but there you go. And horror-themed artwork and obscure artwork, I want to say a little bit. I kind of dig it. It's a good feel. It's something different. And that's Michelle B. Michelle Plasky from Ms. 44. She does all this very interesting artwork. She has a thing for cows, I think. Love the cow with the shotgun. And there's my pal Leatherface. So, of course, I'm going to plug these wonderful, wonderful people because they do great work. And speaking of which, I got a lot of people to plug tonight because there's just so much going on. And now that my crowdfunding campaign is out of the way, and we'll talk about it in a little bit here. We'll talk about my campaign and where we go from here and all that kind of stuff. But now that mine is over, I can focus on supporting some of the other awesome filmmakers doing crowdfunding campaigns as well. I had a feeling it was you, Chloe. I wasn't sure. I never know. I'm not sure if you've ever tuned into my show or not. So there you go. Chloe Morris. Now I know your last name. I'm not. I still don't know what you look like, though. So, and I see Gory Rory is in here as well. Awesome. Gory Rory, Lauren Conti. I think there's some new people. Just found out about the Sawyer Massacre thanks to Slasher. Super stoked. Well, thank you, Lauren. Sorry, I called you Lori. Dyslexic. Sorry about that. And Degrees Centigrade. Hey, thank you all for tuning in. It looks like we have a decent amount of chatters tonight, so that's good. We're mostly going to talk the Sawyer Massacre tonight. We can talk other stuff, though, too. We'll keep it fairly loose. We've been keeping it fairly loose lately. Once all this weird stuff that's going on, I can't really tell you guys too much about all the weird stuff that's going on right now. There's just so much going on outside of this that I haven't been able to focus on, giving you guys some theme videos, some rankings or anything like that. I will get back to doing stuff like that. I still want to do like my top 10 jump scares and stuff like that as well. But since the Sawyer Massacre is still fresh, I want to talk about that and the success of our campaign and where we go forward from there. But like I said right now, I do want to give a good plug to some other fellow filmmakers that have supported me, and I want to show the love back by giving them all a good plug. I think most of these guys I have plugged before, but they've all started new campaigns. And by the way, doing these campaigns, when you don't hit your goal, it's like you got to do another one, right? So, I mean, some of these guys are on their third Indiegogo campaign, and they really need your support. So I want to share these with you guys. All the links are in the description. My Special Boy is on their third Indiegogo campaign right now. They don't have a lot more, I think, to raise, but they're getting close. But I think this will be their last one before they shoot. So My Special Boy, and then there's the Haddenfield Nightmare. I think it's just for the Haddenfield Nightmare, it's just a really small Indiegogo campaign. I think it's just it's focused on a Blu-ray release, because I believe they've already filmed the Haddenfield Nightmare, and both of those channels too, great YouTube channels. My Special Boy is James Grimm's channel. James Grimm is in charge of that film, and the Haddenfield Nightmare is Braden Timmons. Braden Timmons, another awesome channel, and looks like a great film. And then we also got here a new fellow I met, and he was a big supporter of our film. This guy's name is Patrick Farley, and he's got like a martial arts Kickstarter that he's actually went the Kickstarter route, and it looks pretty cool. It's called Fatal Encounter, Emergence of Talents. So it looks really, really cool. Definitely go check him out. All these guys supported me in my campaign, so I mean, I really appreciate what these guys are doing, and it just makes sense to support them back. And even going even a little bit further, I want to talk about this film. This is Valentine Bluffs, is another fan film that's crowdfunding on Indiegogo right now. They're doing quite well. They actually are doing quite well. But these guys were huge supporters of me. We actually had a Zoom meeting about a week ago before my campaign had ended, and they had discussions with like Vincent DeSante and Rob Kerr, and just learned a lot of stuff. And these guys were just very, very helpful to me. Helped me definitely through that final push in my campaign. And I think this is a really cool project. How often do you get to see a My Bloody Valentine's fan film? I don't know if there's any out there. Somebody in the chat, tell me if there is any, but it looks so cool. I think that's just so awesome that these guys are taking, I wouldn't say a lesser known, kind of a lesser known film. It's not. It's maybe it falls in the same realm as Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I think even lesser known than Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But it's still a classic. I mean, there was a remake and stuff for it, but theirs is going to be an unofficial sequel. I just think it's so cool that these guys have decided to do a fan film to My Bloody Valentine. There's none out there, and great supporters of me. I gotta support them. I gotta support all those guys. They're all great. So I mean, if you guys got an extra few bucks around, kick it their way. They need it. We can't get these films made without your support, and I'm really very, very happy that you guys all supported me through my fan film, and very happy with the end result. But at the end of the day, you know, there's a lot of great fan films trying to get produced now too. Not just fan films. Most of those are fan films, but just great films. At the end of the day, there's just a lot of great filmmakers that want to make some special stuff for you, not going the Hollywood route, and you know, so it's really awesome that fans are coming together for these. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Rory, spotty internet due to a storm here, but I'm glad I'm tuning in nevertheless. Well, I'm glad you're tuning in there too. Christian Spencer Spiral, are you gonna go see it? That's the new movie in the Saw universe, right? As far as I know, Chris Rock is in it. I'll probably see it. I don't know if I'll get to see it in theater, but I'd like to see it. Doomsday Kingdom Army bought I'm guessing the hoodie perk for my special poi. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, James has got some really awesome looking stuff for that movie. A lot of cool looking merch. I gotta say that. Yeah. So there you go. Dallas Cowboys fan. Hey man, glad you made it in today. That's Fabian, right? Fabian. You always have a different name. So it's same with you and Leppy Laddie there. What's he? Drayton Sawyer, who's not in the chat tonight yet. Who knows? Hopefully he'll make it. I don't know. Steve, what did you think about A Knife in the Back 2? That was the Scream fan film you sent me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge Scream guy, but it looked pretty good. It was a good fan film. I need to see A Knife in the Back 1 probably, though. Didn't have a chance to look for that. But yeah, it was not bad. It was well shot. There were a couple things here and there that, but again, it's a fan film, so probably not made with an enormous amount of money. Anyways, but yeah, it was kind of cool. Lauren Conti, definitely a classic. I enjoyed the remake. Are we talking Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Or are we talking My Bloody Valentine? Because we were just talking My Bloody Valentine. I haven't seen the remake of My Bloody Valentine, actually. And I've heard it's actually not bad. Not as good as the original, probably. Usually never is, but sometimes you get some that are better than the original, but very rarely. It's subjective, right? Doomsday Kingdom Army. I'm used to Chris Rock being in a horror when yelling in a trailer and waiting for the punchline. Not used to. Okay, that makes more sense now. There you go. I don't know if I've ever seen Chris Rock in a horror movie before. I love Chris Rock though. He's great. Me and my wife took a trip back the other night. We watched the movie. Anybody seen the movie Go? It's a Doug Liman film, but it was from like '99, that era. That's when I graduated, and just watching that film reminded me of Chris Rock's music video, just because it was the same time area. There's no connection. Well, there's a little bit of a connection of No Sex in the Champagne Room. Anybody know that song, No Sex in the Champagne Room by Chris Rock? It's funny. If you're old enough to remember that, I'm like the perfect. It was dedicated to the GE class of '99. I graduated from high school in '99, so it was. I'm dating myself there. I know. Yes. But it's a great. It was a good trip down memory lane over 20 years ago, and I can't believe it's been that long. But it is. Anyways, moving on. Hey, lazy reviewer Carlos. Carlos is in here too. Never heard of what? Oh, of No Sex in the Champagne Room or Go. Go is a really good movie. If you haven't seen Go, it's I believe it's 3 stories kind of all connected. Yeah, so they all kind of connect at the end of the film. It's interesting. Check it out. It has definitely an interesting philosophy throughout the movie. So you have to check it out. It's a good film. It was a popular film when I was in my 19, 20 years old, somewhere in there. But it's not horror. So let's get back onto this. Anyways, stop yucking around. It was 17 minutes into this and you haven't really gotten to much. You've done your shout outs and all that kind of stuff. Marco reaction in the chat as well. All right, good to see you, man. You cut your hair? No, I cut my beard. I didn't cut my hair. My hair is I still got this thing here. Just my beard. Just my beard. I know I look different. Okay. So the final numbers on our campaign, we did very, very well. We didn't hit our goal, but very, very good numbers. And that's we hit. This is the final numbers. These are Canadian numbers, by the way. So the dollar amount that you see there is Canadian. We had a $20,000 goal in Canadian to try to hit. We hit 15,266 Canadian dollars, which is just a little over 12K US, which is awesome. 76% of our goal total. I think that's pretty good. I am definitely happy with that. Okay. Very, very happy with it. And once again, guys, thank you all. Thank you all for being there, supporting me through this whole thing. You guys have been awesome. I couldn't have done this without you guys, the fans, the supporters of my channel, of who I met, all the people I've met on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You guys have been awesome. Yes, it's been a ton of work for me. It's been very satisfying work, though, at the same time, and I'm very, very, very pleased with those numbers. I do wish we hit our goal, but we didn't, and that's okay. But the good thing is I've got more time on my hands. So you're probably wondering, the big question is, okay, you didn't hit your goal. Are you going to make it to Texas? I can say I'm about 95% sure that we could get to Texas with what we've raised already. Okay? So that's great. That's great. 95% sure. I do have a little bit more number crunching to do. I have some people to talk to see where I can save money here and there. But here's the thing, though, guys. Even though I'm pretty sure, pretty positive we can get to Texas with what we've got, I like to be like 110% sure. Okay? And I also don't like to be making any sacrifices on certain things that would make the film better. And it would take that a little bit. It would definitely take that a little bit. So I definitely think it's a good idea for me to do another campaign, which I am planning to do. Now, last time I had talked to you guys or addressed, I think I did the very end of the campaign. I went live on Facebook. I went live on Instagram to tell you where we are, and I mentioned where I think we're going to do. As far as doing another campaign, which was at that time looking to be around the end of this month, that was the plan. And it would be just a month-long, 30-day campaign, and it would have run till the end of June. However, some interesting stuff has happened here in my life that is going to make it, in my world, I should say, not just my life, but my world, my family world, all that stuff. I'm not going to get into with you. It's nothing really negative. It's just kind of a weird situation and unexpected plans sort of thing. So because of that, I'm looking to push the campaign, the 30-day campaign still, until the beginning of July. Okay? I don't really want to push it there, but I'm kind of being forced. I would rather do it sooner rather than later. But it's kind of making more sense to do that at this time. You never know. I could start it a little sooner. We'll see. I have a birthday at the end of June, though, and I'd rather not be campaigning. Well, I don't really care. My birthday means nothing. It's not a big milestone birthday. I had that one last year, and we had a fun time. I won't say what we did, but you know, I'll just say that there's something in the frame that there's something in this frame that you see where I'm in that had something to do with that. But it's beside the point, anyways. Yeah, see, Bobby High is in the chat. Hey, Bobby, how you doing? Bobby scored big time on our campaign. What a big supporter Bobby was. That's all I can say. Bobby, I think you pretty much bringing us to Texas yourself. Well, I mean, there were a few others that got some awesome stuff. But Bobby was definitely one that scored pretty big in our campaign. Got some really cool items for sure. Screen use stuff, pretty awesome. You should all be jealous of Bobby, actually. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm probably thinking very early July for a new campaign. It'll be a slightly smaller goal, probably going to make it about 10K US, which we don't need to raise all of it for sure. However, I think if we did hit all of it, we'd cover some stretch goals that I was looking for, like more effects and some cheap vehicle rentals. I have found somebody in Texas that can help me get some old vehicles that aren't going to cost me $1,000 a day like they can be. So, that's very, very good, but we need a little bit more money to be able to get that kind of stuff. And some of the gore effects that I want to do, it's going to cost a little bit of money, but, we can be a little bit creative on that. We originally wanted to spend, close to 10K just on special effects. But, between 5 and 10K anywhere. But, I doubt we'll have enough for that unless we hit a lot of stretch goals. That's a pretty big element that I would like to make sure we add. But at the same time, I don't want this movie to look like a total bloodbath that's just gore, 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 gore. I like a little bit of gore, but I think you got to be subtle in some ways. So, I definitely want to have at least a couple of off-screen kills and, where maybe we use sound and stuff like that just to capture it rather than the visuals. Yeah, so, that's what I'm thinking, a goal of about 10K. And, funny enough, already since ending the campaign, I've had 3 people message me saying they want to order for the next campaign. They're like, sorry, I missed this campaign. Are you going to do it? Asking me if I'm going to do another one. Saying, if you're not going to do another one, can I just do it through PayPal, which is awesome and stuff like that. And you never know, if I had enough people doing that, we might not even do another campaign, because you got to remember, Indiegogo takes 10% of the funds, 5% if you hit your goal, but other than that, it's 10%. And it's a bit of a hit, and I won't have to take that hit if we do it through PayPal. However, I think you, as the person paying, I think you get dinged a little bit, but it's probably nowhere near as much as what Indiegogo takes. So I did take a couple of PayPals through this Indiegogo campaign. So actually those numbers are about $55 higher than we actually took in, about $55 more, 2 extra backers. I think, John was one of them too. Hey, John. Yeah, you were having an issue with your card. So that's why that happened. And sometimes Indiegogo is weird that way. They won't take certain cards. Somebody told me that it could have been with how close you are to the expiry date of your card, something like that. I don't know. Indiegogo has some weird things going on with that, and I don't like it. There's a couple things that I didn't like about Indiegogo this time. One of them being that anytime I had a concern from somebody like Doomsday Kingdom Army here asking, why isn't my payment going through, and I contact Indiegogo support, it takes them like 5 to 6 days, 5 or 6, even 7 days to get back to me with a simple answer. This happened about 3 or 4 times on the campaign. It's just get back to me. I don't know why it takes that long to answer a question, but it did. I didn't have these issues on the first campaign, so it was I didn't know this, but because I wasn't having these kinds of issues on the first campaign I did, but this time I had a few, and another one was one of the backers did a contribution, and then they wanted to donate more money, and Indiegogo's got it's set up so that the tip is the first thing you see. So you send a tip, but that tip goes to Indiegogo. It doesn't go to the campaign. So this guy was like, "Oh man, I tipped Indiegogo $30," and I was like, "How can they get reimbursed on that?" Again, took them 6 days to get back to me, and that was near the end too. So I don't think there was enough time for that guy to do that, unfortunately. He ended up giving Indiegogo a $30 tip, and it's it is what it is. I can see why Indiegogo is doing that. I think the amount of time getting back to me and what has to happen is the thing I don't like more than anything. I can see why they want to make that tip function right there, so people hit that tip and think that they're tipping the campaign, but they're actually tipping Indiegogo. They want more money. Of course they do. Of course they do. Who doesn't want more money? It's a little shady, but whatever. It is what it is. But Indiegogo already takes 10% of the funds we raise, so. Anyways, I hope I'm not getting too off topic here. What are you guys saying in the chat? What are you guys saying in the chat? Sorry if I'm ranting about Indiegogo. It wasn't a perfect campaign, though. And these little things kind of made it a little bit more difficult. And it would have been nice if I could have reached that full goal. So, I mean, it was definitely... This campaign was just as much of a learning experience as the first one was. I made probably just as many mistakes on this one. And... but learn just as many new things that I know not to make in the future. And because I didn't make the same mistakes I made on the first campaign, I was able to have a better campaign this time. And, it's getting better every time. You learn new things every time. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. What are you guys saying in the chat? What are you guys saying? Lauren's saying, thanks for making this for us. Thank you. Well, thank you for being excited for it. I'm so excited to make this film for you, and the support has been just amazing. I feel like I need to go back even further. I'm not sure. Yeah, there is. You guys have been chatting, and sorry if I'm neglecting you. Oh, okay, way to go. Congrats. Doomsday Kingdom Army, still ways to keep the funding going. Sawyer Massacre going to be awesome. Yeah, there's lots of ways. Again, I'm even debating, like I said, I'm debating about even doing another Indiegogo campaign, because if enough people do order through certain things through me, then I could do it all through PayPal. Again, we'll see. I would, it's just a little harder for my bookkeeping, I guess. That's why I want to keep the PayPal stuff to as much of a minimum as I possibly can. But it's manageable. It just makes a little bit more work for me, a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I think we caught up with all that. Stephanie Diaz, you just do what you got to do. We'll have to support. We will be here to support you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stephanie. You've been a great supporter. You've been you were back. You know, we met during my first campaign, I think, and you were tuning into this live stream. So yeah, Stephanie's a great example of somebody that's been supporting me for a while. You know. And I appreciate it. I hope that it makes these. I hope I make these streams interesting, even when I'm not doing a specific topic, like the last couple really have been. But they've been fun chats. And back in the old days, I remember I tried doing one of these chats like early in the like the 4th or 5th episode of Merlo's Movie Massacre, and I'd get like nobody chatting. You know, I'd be like just talking to myself, pretty much. Haven't seen urge to watch. I don't know what we're talking about now. You guys are probably talking about stuff I don't know about. Dallas Cowboys friend, you think the new TCM will be filmed in the same color palette from the original? I would guess not. I kind of wanted, you know, I kind of want to do something very close to as far as color palette goes, go close to the original, but not exact. I'm looking at different color palettes, actually. I'm looking online at some different ones that I think will suit our look. And, you know, so it will definitely feel very much like the original, but still have a slightly different, unique palette to it. But yeah, I want to work with somebody who really works with color grading and stuff like that, because I'm not that guy. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. And you know, even the editors I've worked with, they know it better than I do. But even still, you know, it would be good to work with not an editor, and actually work with a colorist. That's what I would like to do, is actually work with a colorist who knows it, who knows how to do it properly, does that specific thing for a living. Because an editor is really just meant to cut the movie together. But you know, most editors are a bit of a jack of all trades in the post-production area. Yeah. What else you guys saying? You got your fellow supporters in the community willing to do anything they can help without Indiegogo's 10%. There you go. I mean, it's very, very, very possible. So I mean that we don't use Indiegogo. I don't like that I have to pay them 10%. Really, I mean, it's you know, we earned $12,000. That means they get like you know, nearly 1,500 ish of that. So it'll be below 11K. You know, it's a whole more than $1,000 that we, you know. But there's always a platform fee, and actually that's something there is a platform fee on top of that too. I think that's pretty small though, but yeah, whatever. Was able to on My Special Boy, but your campaign would not extend. Yeah, that's weird. That's so weird that they I don't know. That's very odd, because they were both Indiegogo. I know that. Did you find a house in Texas for Grandpa? Ooh, not yet. Not yet. That's been a struggle, and we'll talk about that a little bit too. Is it going to Texas yet? Like I said, about 95% sure it is, with what we've got. But I don't like being 95% sure. I like being 110% sure. I like to have a 10% contingency. You know, I want to raise what I think we need plus another 10%. Actually, in fact, I kind of prefer like to have about a 20% contingency amount, just in case, because things can go wrong. It's happened before. I think I've always come under budget on a film. But still. Set your goal lower on Indiegogo, so hit 100% so you can extend the campaign on Indiegogo. Yeah, there's pros and cons to that though. I am gonna set it lower, but I gotta watch how low I set it. Um, because you don't want to set it too low, because then people will think that you could get people coming by saying, "Oh God, this person only wants $1,000. How are they going to make a movie for $1,000?" Because most people don't read the fine print in the Indiegogo campaign. They see a goal and they see Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, $1,000 goal. Um, that sounds like every Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film out there that's been made. So why would I support that movie? You know, because a lot of those Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan films look like they were made for a lot less than $1,000. Some of them were made for nothing, just made with an iPhone, no sound, no sound design at all, no sense of cinematography, of good framing. There's a few Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan films that look like I could have done better. Like my 4-year-old daughter could do better. Some of them, not all of them. Obviously, there are ones when we've talked about that. We last week we talked Texas Chainsaw, or the week before, fan films. We went over like 4 of the better Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan films. But the truth is, there's about 2 dozen on YouTube, around there, maybe a dozen and a half. I don't know. And a lot of them look like they were made on a cell phone and they didn't know how to. They knew nothing. They were just. You wouldn't even call them amateur filmmakers. You'd call them people that really don't know what they're doing. And that's how it goes. Hey, Chris Snyder's in the house. So good for them for trying, though. But that I want to avoid people thinking that, because there is so much of the very, very amateurish looking fan films on YouTube that I want to avoid anyone thinking that this is going to be an amateur type of film. So I really think 10K is probably the right amount. I think if I go any lower than that, then people will start thinking, okay, this is going to be amateurish. So I don't want, so I just got to be careful. It's just, there's a fine line. Yeah, the 100% goal thing is kind of tricky. Yeah, it's a tricky thing, but it's doable. If I set the goal for 10K, we would have hit it this round. We would have hit that and we would have gone in demand, but I set it for 20K, or 20K Canadian, so about 16K US, and we hit 76% of it, 3/4 more or less, and I'm happy with that. But again, I would like to hit the 100% so we go in demand, and then we can look at stretch goals and blah blah blah, and that's the goal. So gonna get it a little bit lower, but I'm also gonna put like right in the first paragraph. This film has already raised 20K. Of course, it's 20K Canadian between 2 campaigns. But, when they see that, I think they're probably, people will be more willing to back it. This film has already raised 20K, but we need a little bit more to hit some stretch goals, something like that. And I think that will. I'll word it a little bit differently, but you get the basic idea. So early July, but because I have to push this to July, there is also the possibility that we could be pushing production date as well. And this goes hand in hand a little bit with the question about, have you found Grandpa's house? We have heard nothing back from anybody with the house that we found in Austin, Texas. There is a really, really cool house that we did find in Austin. It's exactly what I'm looking for, except the location is a little bit busy. That's the only issue I've had from what I can see. We were still interested in possibly using it, so that we could have done some stuff with the framing and stuff. We could have made it work, probably. Sound could have been an issue if there's a busy street nearby or something like that. But but the house was so good that we want to use it. However, um, this house is in a weird legal battle with between the city and the old owners. I don't know. I've looked at the legal documents that the location scout sent me, and it's like I feel like we've got to look for something else because it just looks like it's going to be a big headache to try to get it. It's too bad because it looks really really cool, but at the same time we're probably going to have issues shooting there anyways. We probably would have to ADR all those scenes. If any of you guys don't know what ADR means, it's basically dubbing the people's the actors' lines in, and it's a pain in the ass process. I've done it before. It makes post production really fun. No, it does not. So, I want to avoid ADR as much as I possibly can. Um, yeah, that's just I've had that nightmare before. I want to avoid it. Simple as that. Anyways, so there is that possibility that we could push it. Whether we would make, say, an October 1st date, if we can't make an October 1st date work, then we'll be pushing it to probably March or April of next year because I just don't think it's a good idea to film a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film in the winter, no matter what. I know that it's usually pretty sunny there still in the winter. However, they did get a lot of snow this year, so which is very ironic because we actually shot our teaser trailer in Texas the first day it snowed ever in Texas. Well, not ever, but in Austin, it's very, very rare that it snows. Very, very rare. And it's more southern. It's central and southern, and it doesn't snow there very often. Let's just put it at that. And for the day that we choose to shoot this trailer, it snows like 5 centimeters or something like that. It was nuts. I just couldn't believe it. But we made it work. We made it work. Hey, Joe was in the house. Movie fan, movie fan, and bunch of numbers. Says, is part of the Indiegogo money for gas and hotels, or is all that separate? No, though, that does come into play for sure. Part of our Indiegogo money will go into getting myself and two of the actors that are coming from Canada to Texas, and so that will definitely take gas, and it will take hotels. But I'm a guy that is going to make things as cheap as possible, and that would be motels probably in order to make sure we keep it as cheap as possible. It is cheaper for three of us to drive rather than three of us to each get plane tickets. It was just one of us, I would take a plane ticket, but if it was just me, I would just take a plane ticket and go. But since there's three of us, it doesn't make sense to do that. So we'll the three of us. I don't know. You never know though. Sometimes you get deals. What's the deal on getting to Texas? Anyways, so yeah, that is part of it. There won't be a lot of hotels and stuff while we're there because we do have people in the cast and crew that are able to let us stay at their places, and most of the filming will be done where a good majority of the cast and crew lives. So we won't have a lot of hotel expenses. That's for sure. There might be a little bit, outside of the travel, that is, but not too much. Not too much. Yeah, I'm good at keeping those types of costs as low as possible. Let's just say that. Anybody else in the chat saying anything important? You guys chat with each other. Yeah, Joe from Fangoria Faithful is in. Thank you, Joe, for tuning in. Hey, Rob Mahoney is here as well. Rob Bruins Guy Mahoney. I like the name. I shouldn't like your name because I'm in Western Canada, Rob. So you know who I am. You know what kind of hockey fan I am. Let's just say something happened about 10 years ago. that I want to forget. But you're a good guy, Rob. It's, you know. There we go. So that's possible, but that we could push it. However, at the same time, too, right now we have been taking some pre-orders already. We could get this thing funded faster than I think. You never know. Ah, I see. We got one of the trolls finally in here. There you go. And I love the troll name. You can take all my 10 inches. Your fan film will suck. Well, guess what? Your fan film will swallow. Maybe it will suck. Who cares, man? You know what? To some people, it will suck, and that's fine. It's totally fine. I'm okay with not pleasing everybody. What can you do, eh? So yeah, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so we've taken a few pre-orders, and already actually I should say that between the pre-orders I've taken, they equal over $1,000 already. I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but you know, it's Bobby Orr, yeah, you, John. Yes, Bobby Orr is the greatest hockey player of all time. I will admit that. So anyways, where I was going with that is if we keep taking pre-orders like that, I could see us not doing an Indiegogo. But I want to hit about 10K. So the pre-orders we've got right now are a little over 1K, and that's cool. Everybody seems to be open to either waiting for a campaign or doing PayPal now, but or anytime soon. But I'll see if I keep getting pre-orders in. And you guys can look at what's still available. You can still look at our old campaign to see what's left. I can tell you this: the majority of the extra rolls are gone, except the Be Killed by Leatherface. So you can get that be Leatherface for a kill, not be killed by Leatherface. You can be Leatherface for a kill. So something that some of the dudes will. Joe, start. That's weird. Eh? You didn't even say. Oh well, it's still making me approve your comment, Joe. Hey Steve, feck that shit, man. You're working on the dream. Okay. Oh man. That's so funny that the comments that YouTube makes me approve. I find it weird. Anyways, guys, that's how it's going. So again, if anybody does want to pre-order a perk for the next campaign, or possibly make it so we don't even have to get do another campaign, let me know. Because we can do it through PayPal. I'd rather wait and see though until all the numbers come in, and if they equal 10K, then we won't even bother doing another campaign. But if not, then we're going to have a great jump on the next campaign, which will definitely get us there. Like even already, having at least $1,000 start right out of the gate is huge. It's something I haven't been able to do. That's been actually my Achilles heel. I would say that it's been kind of an Achilles heel, as I was starting slow out of the gate. If I can get a campaign that's like fast out of the gate, over $1,000 on the first day, kind of thing, then we're gonna hit our goal. I just know it. I know it. But at the end of the day, I can't complain about our campaign. We did good, but at the same time, part of me says like, ugh. We were this close to hitting that goal. We were this close to hitting it. What do we got here? Oh, you guys are chatting amongst yourself. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for the updates as always, Steve. No problem, Chris. No problem. I still got to get on your channel sometime, Chris, on House of the Living Dead. Go check out Chris's channel. It's awesome. Yes, I got to get on your channel. You got to have me on there sometime, you know? And some of the cast. Let's get me and some of our cast on your channel sometime, if that's possible. Can you take all my 10 inch? Oh my God, come on. Good try, buddy. Good try, buddy. I mean, okay. Oh yeah, Rob, you grew up during the Ray Bork era. Yeah, I remember those days too. I was a little younger, I think. I do remember them though. I do remember Boston against Edmonton in the final in 1990. Boston lost that one though. My older brother still is a huge Edmonton Oilers fan, so he was really excited about that. He got his Stanley Cups. I never got mine for my team. Whatever, eh? Lauren, were you talking to me or Steve? Oh, yeah. Who you can never tell sometimes who everyone's talking to. Anyways, when she said that's exciting, who knows? maybe she was talking to can you take all of my 10 inches? Maybe she thought that's exciting. Okay. Shot on a flip phone, and you know what? That's fine. If you think so. Anyways, we definitely want to bring you on. Yeah, a few of your cast members on as well. Yeah, that'd be great. I was hoping to be able to do that during the last campaign. For whatever reason, we couldn't make it work. We had a lot of the cast members doing Facebook and Instagram lives. That was pretty awesome. But yeah, I'd like to get back more on the YouTube sort of thing, being a guest on some channels and stuff like that. And I've never been a guest on your channel. I've been on Jason's channel 3 times now. One just briefly, but still, for his 300 subs. But I've never been on your channel yet. I've never been on Chris's. I am going to be on Good Real Hunting, though, eventually, for whenever. They still haven't told me a date or anything yet for their Return of the Jedi watch party. Because I'm a huge Return of the Jedi fan. They want to have me on for that. So there you go. But yeah, I'd like to get on your channel one of these days. Let's make it happen. Let's set it up. Anyways, any questions before we're gonna probably call it an earlier night tonight. I hope I gave you guys all the best info I possibly can. It's not everything is 100%. Obviously, things can change, but this is where we're looking at with things right now. And we're pretty darn excited for it. I mean, I like being able to say I think we're definitely going to Texas. I like to be able to say we're definitely going to Texas, but rather than I think we're definitely going to Texas. But again, you just I want to get to that. I'm gonna say I think we're definitely going to Texas, even if we do have all the money. But who knows if something else could happen, right? Something else could happen. COVID could get extremely out of control, and we could find out that this new vaccine is actually useless or whatever, and who knows? And the borders will close forever, and everybody turns into zombies, and we're all screwed. And then this film will never get made, not in Texas or Canada. But I won't say it's definitely happening until it's happening. There you go. Any questions for me? You guys feel free to ask me any questions if you have any. If not, that's cool too. You guys can still chat, whatever. I was at the game when Edmonton won the cup at the Garden. You were at that game, huh? I was in Stony Plain, Alberta. We lived in Alberta at that time. And me and my brother, both my brothers, I think, were watching it down in our basement. And I remember the Tina Turner song came on. I remember it. I was pretty young still. Was I even 10 yet? I was around 10 because it was 90. So, yeah, it was just before I turned 10. I was still 9 at that time. Yeah, long time ago. Stony Plain, Alberta. That's like, where the hell is that? Stephanie Diaz, thank you for all the Thank you for tuning in, and thank you again for being such a great supporter, Stephanie. You've been awesome. You've been an awesome supporter. Thank you so much. Lauren says, Christian, I was talking to you. That's definitely a cool. There you go. There you go. Awesome. It's going to happen. Don't give up. Of course I'm not going to give up. Joe, you know me better than that. I ain't giving up on nothing. But anything can happen. Yeah, anything can happen. And even though our campaign was great, we are, I need to do more just because preparations. You get quotes for stuff too, and they might not be what you think they are. I've had that happen more than once as well, and it's not cool. Hey, Michelle Blasky made it in. Hey, Michelle Blasky is Miss 44, in case some of you guys don't know, though, that awesome art that I showed earlier. That's her. Give her a message. Well, her links are in the description as well. I think it's just a Facebook link. Yeah, Facebook link. Give her a message if you're interested in some art. Very cool stuff. Anyways, any other questions here? Chatting amongst each other. Chris, yeah, scheduling is always it's always the hardest part with filmmaking too. Some people will say post-production is the hardest part, but no, scheduling, getting everybody scheduled. The bigger the cast and crew, the harder it is to schedule. Gives me a headache. That's why I need to work with a production coordinator. I need a production coordinator. Definitely. Because that gives me a headache. I've been the production coordinator on every film I've ever done. No, I've never had a production coordinator before. Yeah, it's a headache. Anyways, so there you go, guys. No questions before I go. No questions from anybody. You can do it, brother. Just keep pushing. Of course, I'm doing it, guys. We're doing it. And but just remember, it's not always about the money. Having the money to do it is great, but there can be other things that can factor in, whether we shoot in Texas or not. So, I mean, no matter what, we're getting this film made. Could be here in Canada, but I'm going to say it's probably going to be Texas, guys. We're probably going to Texas. You guys are probably going to get the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film. Well, actually, that's not true, because we talked with Justin. Justin was in the chat the other night, 2 shows ago. He made his fan film in Texas, so go check that out. I think that might be the only... his fan film might be the only Texas Chainsaw Massacre film shot in Texas in the last decade. Might be. I think it probably is, actually. I could be wrong, though. I'll have to research that. And I wish I had more news on the new film, actually. I wish I could... Tomorrow's Tuesday. I bet some news is going to drop. Maybe a release date. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe we're not getting this film. I will say this, though. I did recently meet somebody on Facebook that worked on the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. Now, he doesn't know any details. So we got a little time. I can tell you guys about this. He doesn't know any details about the film, but the sense he got was that this film was really following the formula of Halloween 2018, which worries me. Again, he doesn't know for sure. He does not know for sure. Hey, Heather Loves Horror is in the chat now. We're just really about to end it, Heather, but we're, announced all this stuff. You'll have to rewind to check all that out. But we're almost definitely for sure gonna almost for sure gonna shoot in Texas, unless some major bad things happen. You never know. But I'll get back to this story. So I met this guy on Facebook. He's not like a big part of the production crew, but he did work on it in some small ways. I won't even say what those were. just because I want to keep him as anonymous as possible. You know, but his sense was that you working in the business, a lot of horror films are trying to capitalize on that formula from Halloween 2018, and so that's the same kind of angle between Michael and Laurie. Laurie was out for his sense was that Sally is gonna essentially be out for revenge on him. Well, I really hope it's not true, though. I just hope it's not true. I hope, but it was his sense again, nothing official. But his sense was it's going to be very generic and by the books, kind of formulaic. And the reason is, of course, like a number of horror films are doing this now, apparently. The biggest reason is because Halloween 2018 took in a lot of money. It took in a lot of money, so that's why they're doing it. Do it until it stops making money. It's kind of Hollywood is very, very formulaic, guys. Oh, Chad's corner. Chad, because you have a knife in your post. Well, how come it didn't do that with Fangoria Faithful? I don't know why. Maybe it has to do with the spoon then. I don't know. I had to approve your comment, though, Chad. Good to see you, Chad. Well, kind of see you. Good to see you in the chat. And no, we're not talking about Wii stuff. Probably another troll. Maybe not. WWE stuff? Is it you wrestling dude? Could be. I don't know. I can never tell. Now, some of these comments I can't tell when they're trolls or not. I have no idea. I don't know. But you know what? What you asked isn't very trolly sounding, so I'll address it. No, we're not talking WWE stuff. I think that's what you mean. Yeah, WWE stuff. Wrestling, no, we're not talking wrestling. Oh, I've met a few wrestlers recently on Facebook while networking, so that's all good. Anyways, guys, so that's kind of the scoop there. It's not any official news on the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, but it's kind of a little tidbit that I got from somebody that worked on it, and who knows, guys? Who knows? I hope not, though. I really hope not. I have no problem with Halloween 2018. It's not my favorite, though. But I think certain formulas work for certain films that aren't going to work for other films, and I just don't see that working with a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. First off, I mean, I don't feel good about a 70-year-old Leatherface, and I keep hearing people saying it's going to be a 60-year-old Leatherface. I hope that's wrong, because then we're going to have timeline issues again. Because honestly, if he's only 60 years old in 2021, that means he was 12 years old in the original. Does that math add up? We've talked about that before. So, guys, we'll see what happens. I'm not getting too excited for it. I hope it will be good, but I really don't. I can't make any judgment until I see a trailer. At the end of the day, I need to see a trailer to this thing. Hopefully, it releases soon. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna do it for me tonight. Not a huge show, I know, tonight. We talked over an hour. Good enough. And I don't know when I'll be back because, again, I got all this weird family stuff going on. I'm not even going to be staying here for probably at least the next 2 weeks. So if I do another show, it's going to be from a different location. We'll see. Can I bring this microphone and everything? I'm bringing my laptop and my phone, but I'm not sure if I can bring my microphone. We'll see. And sound is the most important. So we'll say bye to all you guys. We'll just say, see if you guys have said anything since there. Bobby, hi. I need to pre-order some perks. Yeah, there you go. Get us to do it so we don't have to. You've already ordered a lot of perks, sir. But that's what we're here for. But yeah, if I cannot do another Indiegogo campaign, that would be pretty cool too. if I didn't have to. But we'll see. We'll see. I have to not do another Indiegogo campaign. I want to raise 10K. I would like to because I want to cover stretch goals. Otherwise, I'll still do an Indiegogo. Anyways, guys, you guys have been awesome. We'll see you guys in the next one. Please do remember to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Really appreciate your support. And and actually, just by the way, here's some more numbers to go by. I didn't even realize this, but I looked at the numbers before the campaign started as far as this channel goes, and now we're at 1180 subscribers in there somewhere. When we started the campaign, we were at 931 subscribers exactly. So we've gone up. This channel has gained 250 new subscribers basically since the campaign started 2 months ago. I can't believe we hit that many new subscribers. I was surprised when we hit in the first campaign. We had like 140 new subscribers during that one. So I thought, wow, that was great. We really grew the channel. And now we're at 11.8. You know, this campaign it grew by 250. That's whew. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and helping this channel grow and helping the show grow. I really want to do other shows other than this live stream, but it's just a matter of timing whether I can get to it. I know I did do one episode of a non-live show, but it's the editing that I have to do with that kind of stuff that makes it tough. But because I don't like to edit, I really I can do it. I just don't like to do it, and it's time consuming for me. So I start nitpicking and stuff like that, which I shouldn't do. But anyways. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. We've gone. We passed that 1,000 subscriber mark like that. Like I remember that, and it was like, whoa, we really hit that mark pretty quick. And yeah, now we're at 1180, so that's pretty awesome. I imagine now that we're not crowdfunding, we're not going to grow that much more in the meantime. But that's fine. It's never been about me trying to hit 100,000 subscribers or anything. I just as long as I got some people to chat with in the chat and and hang out and tell me your movie thoughts on this and movie thoughts on that, and that's all good. But also our teaser trailer, I just looked at the likes to dislikes ratio on that. I'm like, it's 311 to 5. I'm like, whoa, how did that happen? And over 7,000 views. I think 7,300 views. Yeah, so it definitely did its job. Our teaser, I can't say enough about how thankful I am that people like the teaser, because I've never considered myself much of an editor myself. I never really did a lot of editing. And every time I did, I would get frustrated at it. But I edited these trailers, both of the trailers for the Sawyer Massacre. I edited both of them with a little help from people with like the coloring and stuff. I just don't do color. I'm not good with the color grading. Every time I try, I'm like, I never achieve what I want. But anyways, I edited this last trailer, and I remember, when I had my rough cut, I was like, oh, this is really, really awesome. I'm thinking it's really, but then by the time I'm like really close to releasing it, I'm like, is it good enough? Maybe I'm seeing it through rose-colored glasses, and everybody's going to hate it. Everybody's going to hate this fucking thing. And, of course, I was, we get like that sometime, Oh, yeah. So, anyways, at the end of the day, I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm glad everybody liked it. I'm really happy Bloody Disgusting featured us, as well as Dread Central featured us, as well as very last second of the campaign, unfortunately, but last few hours of the campaign, Horror Oasis, which is a newer horror website with horror news, but still it's a strongly growing one. If you guys don't know Horror Oasis, look out for that one. Really cool, and it was a really awesome interview I did with one of the writers there, and I really enjoyed it. Go check that interview out if you get a chance, because I thought it was Actually, a really good interview. The guy that interviewed me, Jordan Pressler, really knew he knew all the subtleties of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, if you could tell he was like, if this guy's not a real hardcore Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he's going to look stupid. And so I appreciated that because it made me look. Maybe it made me look bad. I don't know, but I think it made me look good. So go check it out. I think it's a great little interview. I think he understood the subtleties of the original, which I appreciate. So thank you guys very much, and it might be a little bit before you hear from me again. I hope not, but if you do, you'll see me in a weird location. That's all I can say. So enjoy yourselves, have yourselves a great week, and we'll let you know what's happening next time. We'll get back to some cool themed stuff pretty soon, pretty quick here. Like I said, still want to do my top 10 jump scares, even though I'm one of those guys that criticizes them. I'm going to still do a top 10 jump scares because it needs to be done. So, guys, thank you guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you soon.